Well, hey folks, Simon here, and I've got a question for you. Is it okay for you and your team to not have all the answers? To not know? Is it okay for them to ask for help? Is it okay for them to talk about their false starts and their failures? And you can say, I don't know. So this is a question I'll often ask leaders, and the answer is pretty predictable. Usually say, of course it is. I tell them that all the time. But the real question is not whether you and I tell each other it's okay, but whether it actually feels that way to your team at any given moment. And over the years, I've worked with a number of teams and leaders who inadvertently make it hard for people to say, I don't know, I stuffed up, I need help. And that can be dangerous because it creates the conditions for what I call suppressed ignorance, which at its best means people don't learn, and at its worst means people cover up mistakes and act on really flimsy assumptions and make really bad decisions. So what are some of the ways that you might be creating the conditions for this kind of suppressed ignorance? And here are 3 examples of what I often see happening in practice. The first of which, as strange as this might seem, is being too good, where everyone in the team appears to be operating with such elegance, such grace, such efficiency, kind of like Olympic figure skaters. And people just seem to have all the answers. But the result is any one person can be sitting there thinking, geez, I don't want to let this team of awesome people down. And as a coach, I hear this all the time where really smart people are worrying that they might be the weakest link in their team, worried that they're about to be exposed as a fraud. So one antidote to this, which is great for high performance and high performing teams, is to build in time to talk about the stuff you're struggling with, both individually and as a group. The stuff you're finding hard. The best kind of mistake as learning moments. In other words, invite people to share the stuff that might not typically make it into their beautiful Facebook feed. One question I like to ask is, what didn't make the final edit this week? Or what ended up on the cutting room floor, and what do we learn from it? Which is very relevant to, I guess, a video like this. So the second way we can create this suppressed ignorance is having a really tight process. Tightly controlled meeting agendas, precise project management spreadsheets, traffic light reporting systems. I mean, these can all be great ways to measure progress and outcomes, but they also make it really hard for people to talk about the things they don't understand, to report stuff that will negatively impact those measures, or to just talk about the human stuff. So the antidote here is to always build in time for people to discuss questions such as, how are we feeling about where things are at? What are we frustrated by? What are we confused by? What are we excited by? What do we need from one another? Questions such as those. And here's the third way that we can create this suppression, and it's through a lack of connection, which flows a little bit from the first point, but it refers to this thing that people just often don't understand what's going on in the heads of the other people in their team, their colleagues. One of the things I'll often do when I run an offsite is to ask a team to spend some time at the beginning talking about the things that they're most proud of, the things that they're most worried about, the things that they're looking forward to, the questions they've got. And I love that exercise, but one of the most common things people will say to me after it is, wow, it was so refreshing to hear what others are thinking. I had no idea. I often feel like I'm stuck in my lane and I don't know what others are focused on. And that kind of insight into each other's worlds creates a shared sense of context, but it also helps everyone in the team to kind of normalize their challenges and therefore talk about them more freely. Anyhow, that's just 3 ways that can inadvertently create a culture where people find it hard to say, I don't know, or I need help, or I made a mistake. What about your own experience? Can you think of any others? Because I'd love to hear from you in the comments section below. In the meantime, if you would like to get videos like this straight to your inbox, jump on over to my website, simondowling.com.au/subscribe, and sign up for my VIP mailing list. But otherwise, I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.